pop music royalty. As a member of Take That, he's won 8 Brit Awards, scored 12 UK number one singles and sold over 45 million records. In his solo career, he's released 5 studio albums, the latest being his first solo record in 9 years. A huge welcome to Mark Owen.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I know.
Nice to see you.
I want to share. You're so adorable. You put both your hands up there in a kind of
celebrate myself kind of way.
No, just the fact that you're here.
I'm here, made it.
Mark, before we discuss anything, I've got to tell you that people have been outside Wogan House to see you since 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would like you, very, very specifically, do you mind for me just say hello to Natalie and Charlene?
Hello to Natalie and Charlene. Are they the ones that are dressed up in festive?
They're slightly festive,
yeah.
Yes. But I got here and they've been here. Is that ever normal to you? Do you just go, guys, I'm going somewhere, there'll be hordes of fans outside, this is quite normal?
Do I sort of think
Have you got
in
used
that
to
way?
it? Yeah.
I think when we're doing sort of things like this, they've always been amazing. They've always shown up and said hello, which is always really, really nice to know that. I have also turned up in some places where there's been nobody when I've expected there to be.
You're like, guys, I'm here.
Hello.
Yeah. Mark Owen is here.
Yeah, I've arrived.
But such lovely fans. Before we start, what is your news at 10, please?
Oh, my news at 10, yes. So my news at 10 is that we started writing for the next Take That album this week.
Congratulations.
I know.
What do you mean? When? And describe that. What is that?
Well,
is that pizza?
It's almost like,
is that a platter of mini bagels? Whose house are you at? What happens?
It's coffee.
Okay.
Usually. And maybe a little lunch.
Nice.
Yeah, and a conversation, and then sitting around pianos and everybody going da 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 da.
And do you enjoy that? Because also you've got a massive solo career. So when you're back and other people have opinions, can that be irritating? No.
I love when we all get together and do stuff. I love doing it on my own as well, but it's really nice to have that energy of lots of people in a room.
Does anybody ever suggest something and the other three just look at each other going, absolutely not? Like, how are we going to break it to them? We're not going to do a song about, I don't know, prawn crackers. Although, now I've said that, I would quite like that.
I would quite like that. I think there's a time that comes when, could you start this process of making a record? And I mean, I don't know how many songs will come about, but for example, when we did Progress as a 5, I think there was like 60 songs. The time comes when you have to sort of get it to 10.
Whittle them down, yes.
And that can get a little bit like emotional.
Yeah, because you're like, that one's mine.
Really liked it, yeah. That's always a moment when you start to whittle it down and things that you grew attached to, you can sense going further away into the distance.
Yeah, you're like, no, it's really good.
I'm never going to see that again. Yeah. All that time.
We asked our lovely listeners to send in questions for you.
Wow.
We have been inundated, so we have so many to get through. And
Fantastic.
I've got them, because it's very difficult, you can't choose, it feels unfair. So I've got 50 on this special machine in front of me. Can you just give me a number between 1 and 50, please?
Well, I am 50, so let's start at
Me too.
50.
OK, here we go.
Hey Mark, this is Colette from London, and my question for you is, who has influenced you the most in your career, musically?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It is a great question. I would say that probably my dad.
Well,
Yeah, no, but only because he's always been in music. He's always, from me being born, I remember him always sat around the house with a guitar. And he'd always just be, we'd all be having dinner and he'd have his guitar on his lap and he'd be strumming away. So probably in many ways he always had music around the house. And I'd go and watch him doing his gigs when he was, gigging around the UK. But then the first person I really got into was Elvis Presley.
yeah.
Like I used to, I think I had an annual
Pleased
Elvis
to
Presley
hear it.
annual.
Yeah.
And I used to try to learn his songs and perform them. And I think my mum used to get wound up because I'd used lard out of the fridge. I've told this story a few times, but it doesn't get old, I don't think. I used to use the lard out of the fridge in my hair to try and grease it back. Like Elvis. Yeah.
By the way, the excellent answer. Your dad and Elvis. That's
My dad and Elvis. That's where it started.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Would you pick another number, please?
Another number. Okay, so let's go for number 24.
It was quite specific, but
It
here we
was,
go.
yeah.
I liked
Hard.
it. No, it was adorable because I could watch you really thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, just any of them. But here we go. Here we go.
Hi there, this is Sarah from Derby.
I'm sure it's
this is
not
a
all
bit
the
crazy.
same
I used to
person.
be the biggest, well, I still am, but I was the biggest Take That fan when I was a little girl. It was my first boy band crush, I guess. When I was little, I even had a Mark Owen doll.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, what I wanted to ask was, what would you do if you weren't in Take That? And also my mum would like to know if you'd like to come for Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner.
Lovely invite.
That sounds divine. I think this is just one person doing different
promise you-
voices in another room.
I promise you
Hello
it isn't.
there.
Yeah. Right, I've been Sarah. Now I'll be somebody else. No, you can. I mean,
that's genuine.
Yes.
She had a doll.
yeah, she had
She
a
had a
doll. She
doll.
wants you to go for Christmas dinner. I don't know how you're going to break that to your kids and your family.
Christmas dinner. That sounds divine.
If you weren't in Take That,
Yes.
what would you be doing?
What would I be doing? Well, I was working in a bank
Come
when Nigel, who was our manager,
Yeah.
told us.
What were you doing in the bank? Hello, nice to see you. Would you like
I
a
was.
checkbook?
I got to the counter. I'd
You'd
been
be
there
amazing.
long enough to work it through to the counter, so I started to meet people, and they just try and balance the till at the end of the day. Yeah, so I'd been there long enough. I was meeting the public, but I think when Nigel sort of told the five of us that, you know, if we want to do this seriously, we've got to, you know, stop our
Day
give up our
jobs,
day jobs. So we all did. But so I probably would have been still, maybe I'd be like
Manager.
a manager. Of
course you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have worked my way up.
We have I can't believe we've only done 2 questions, but we will, I promise you, get to more. But should we break for some music? This is
Okay.
an excellent song. This is called Rio. Before I play it, tell me a bit about the inspiration behind it.
Well, Rio was probably the first song that made me realise I was making a record. I'd been writing a little bit, but it was the first song that made me go, okay, this is the beginning of The Land of Dreams, which is the new record. And it was inspired, actually, strangely enough, by AC/DC.
Was it?
It was, absolutely. I saw some footage of them on the internet playing Rock in Rio, okay? And
Yeah.
it looked absolutely immense. I think there was 100,000 people bouncing up and down. And I thought, how do I get there? How do I get to that atmosphere? Because it just looked absolutely insane. And so I thought, I'm going to write a song about how do I get there? So this song was like, okay, this is me.
My
This is
ticket.
my ticket.
Yeah.
To get to Rock in Rio.
Okay, here it is. I mean, it's honestly, I get it. I see that, and I'm like, of course you're going to Rio.
I can't help but every time I start strutting like I am on the stage in front of 100,000 people every time that song comes on.
I'm
And
not surprised.
At home, the kids have had enough of me.
No.
Yeah.
What I love is, talking of kids, they sing, don't they? Your daughters, Willow and Fox, they sing on Land of Dreams.
Yeah.
Is that a lovely
Honestly,
moment for you?
the best moment. They sing on different songs.
Yeah.
Fox sings a line on a song called Boy, and Willow sings on Comeback. And Willow is a bit older than Fox, and she was all up for going on a microphone
Yeah.
and doing the whole thing. And I was trying to produce it. I had my producer head on. I was like, you know, just sing it like this and do this. And she said, can I just do it how I want to do it? And I said, well, go on then, and roll my eyes, you know, like the producers do. anyway, she sang it one take, and it was just awesome. And I was like, that'll do.
Yeah.
But she's brilliant. Fox was a little bit. I got her to sing it on the phone, so I have the original.
Oh,
so she
that's
sang
so
it
lovely.
along to. But it's so nice. She sings the line, "Boy, get up, don't wait too long," and her voice is so. I think if I do another record, she's going to want more though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course. She's had a taste.
I think both of them prices have gone up. Yeah.
Whereas before, it's like, have a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
We've just had an email in. I have to read it to you. Hi, Claude. I actually trained with Mark at Barclays Bank, Piccadilly.
No.
He was a lovely guy. Really, really lovely. It was amazing to realise I'd been sat next to such a legend when I saw him in Take That. He was a true gent and a great footballer. That's from Debs. From she's now living in London.
Oh,
from Bury.
wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Hello, Debs.
Hello, Debs.
We have to go to the questions because otherwise I'm going to get into trouble. Choose a
Okay.
number.
Okay, I'll try not to think too much.
I mean, please don't.
37.
Okay.
Hi, Mark.
I'm trying to choose
This
numbers
is
that are obvious.
Magnus from London. Bit of a random question for you, but it's always bothered me. Why do you have a lizard on your head in the Never Forget video?
Oh, my gosh.
It's a good question.
Well done, Magnus.
It's a good question.
Why?
When we played Manchester, we played the Manchester Apollo, and across the road from the Manchester Apollo was a reptile shop.
Stop.
Yeah, and I went across and I bought a lizard, a green iguana called Nirvana.
No.
I called it Nirvana after the band.
Yeah, of course.
And they called it Nirvana because it was the first, because when I got it, in its tank it didn't move, but then I put Nirvana on and it started to move around the tank, and I thought, I'm going to call it
Is Nirvana still with us?
Nirvana's no longer with us.
Okay, sorry.
I think now my thought process would be different, that it's probably not like, the nicest thing to have done, because I'm at the stage now where my daughters are going, can have a snake or can have a lizard. And it's tricky,
Yeah, because they can go, Dad, there you are on the
had
video,
one. Yeah,
and Nirvana's
you've got
on your
one
head.
on your head. So, yeah, how do you... But Nirvana left the world. It got huge. It used to live in the house with me. It got to about maybe like 2 meters head to tail.
2 meters?
Is that
What are you talking about? That's not a lizard. Did you buy a chameleon?
Maybe not. No,
not a
maybe
chameleon.
not. All right, maybe 1.5 meters.
A dragon. 1.5 meters. As taller than
Yeah,
you.
it's like Game of Thrones, honestly. I had my own dragon.
I hope he had a whole system of slides.
He had a beautiful life. I think, because he just lived in the house. It was just me and him living together, I say him, I don't even know whether it was a him. But
We've gone down such a weird route, and I'm happy with it.
We formed a bond.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love Nirvana. I don't know how to even ask you this, but can I have another number, please?
Okay.
Just off the top of your head. Just
40.
I can't cope.
1. I'm trying to choose non-obvious numbers. I'm trying to choose numbers that I wouldn't normally choose. Because I go straight through all the obvious numbers.
No, what do you mean, obvious or non-obvious?
I want nobody.
I've never.
Has anybody ever
happened.
chose 41 before?
I mean, I imagine, but I think it just came off the top of their head. Mark, here we go.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
It's Louise here in Hampshire.
Hi, Ham.
I'm really excited to have tickets to see you and the boys in concert again next year at Hyde Park. And it got me thinking, what's the most unusual thing you've asked for on your concert rider over the years?
Well, that's good.
And have your requests changed much from the early days of Take That to your current tour?
Well, they used to be lizard. I imagine now they're a glass of
My
sparkling
lizard
water.
was staying on the lizard. He was actually vegetarian as well.
Of course.
Which was funny because they told me to buy the crickets and all the all the things that you're meant to feed them, and I used to put them in the tank, and then I'd have like 10 living crickets
Because
The
he
lizard wouldn't
refused to
touch
eat
them.
them.
Just eat cucumber and banana, and it liked oranges as
By
well.
the way, do you know what? When I woke up this morning and I knew I was coming in and I was going to talk to you, I never thought that 80% of the chat would be pure lizard. I'm not arguing
I've
with
been
it.
waiting for this chat. I've been wanting to discuss Nirvana for a long time.
It's just been there, ready. So what's on your rider? Of course, you and the boys, you're coming back.
Yeah.
You're going to do Hyde Park next summer.
Yes.
When they go, Mark, what are you after? What's on the list? Is it a prawn sandwich?
Yeah. Do you know, I'm trying to think if our riders ever were. Riders, I realised probably when we came back, I didn't notice so much the first time. We never really got asked, but I realised that everybody put what they wanted on the rider and then take it after we'd gone.
Oh, I see.
So like
rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Ferraris.
yeah, exactly. And then they'd go, well, that's for me. As we left, I think now my rider would probably. I always like to. I have these chocolate bars that are not like real chocolate.
Okay, yeah.
Like you need
vegan, good.
Well, just non-sugar.
Yeah, fun.
Really boring. But I always like them at some point. A good coffee's important.
Okay.
We get excited about having...
Do you like a fancy coffee or do you like instant? Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, a good coffee. And on the
coffee and a non-sugar chocolate bar. I want more from you. You understand that you're a member of Take That.
I know.
I just want to let you know. You can ask for anything.
I have been there. But it's always ask, like, I'm not that person you can go, oh, what do you want? I'll go, I'll get it myself, don't worry. I'll turn up. That's what I'll do. I'll turn up with a load of bags of stuff to put in my fridge.
Yeah. That was so sweet.
No, just because I can't think as well,
No, listen, I've sat here and watched you try and find numbers between 1 and 50. For next July, I'm going to need you to focus now.
I'd need to start thinking now. What do I want my rider? So but on my way to Hyde Park, I could stop quickly. I'll say to the driver, just pull
crisps.
Over here. I'm going to get some crisps. Some bananas.
And a lizard.
And a lizard. And then we'll go.
And then we're ready. That's all I need. You mentioned Elvis being a huge influence, so please stay with me because I've got to ask you something after this. But here's Hound Dog. You are listening to me, Claude, with the brilliant Mark Owen. And if you haven't already heard, we are going big on Take That here on Radio 2 on New Year's Day to mark the 30th anniversary of your first #1 single, Pray. Kat Deeley is hosting a 2-hour countdown of listeners' favourite top 30 Take That songs. Mark, I would like you to write down your top 3. Do not say them out loud. Don't even blink.
No.
Because then Kat can reveal that. So you could do your 3 favourites, if you like, and whatever you think will win.
Okay.
Do you mind?
I am so down for this.
Do you already... Don't say it. Do you already know what's going to be #1? Do you sense?
I think so, yeah. I think I'd know what would be the #1.
Do you?
I think so.
OK. Let me just say to the listeners that if you want to vote at home, you can go to bbc.co.uk/Take That and pick your 3 favourite Take That songs. And unlike Mark's, your votes will actually count. Yours does, and Kat will be so excited. We're just going to leave this envelope on her desk.
I love it.
Yeah, good. We're so grateful to you for coming in and answering some questions. We still have loads, but you can stay and maybe I'll try and contact them. But thank you. And we should say that your album, Land of Dreams, is out now and it's utterly excellent.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll write these down.
Write them down, please, with a marker.